So they look back at old games where like the good design was kind of much more in your face.
So Kevin,
Yeah.
some people on the internet would claim that we've already reached the golden age of gaming. What do you have to say about this? What do you have to say for yourself, young man?
Oh, people on the internet.
Oh, really?
Oh, people on the internet.
So why do you say that?
Well, first and foremost, the blockbuster that's gonna knock that all down is VR.
Totally new way to interact
Yeah.
with games.
Totally new, but let's just say, for the sake of internet people, that VR flops and sucks shit, which it won't.
It
because
could
it's
be
awesome.
a flash in the pan.
It could be,
I'm playing
but
devil's
it's awesome.
advocate here, but it could. Okay.
But it's awesome. So let's say that doesn't happen.
You're also an early adopter, though, so you're definitely not objective.
Yeah. Not an objective party here,
No.
but I've experienced it.
But anyway.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, even if that's where we're at, what basis do you have that on? Are you just saying like we're in the golden age because games used to be better, and like how do you tell you're not seeing that through rose-tinted glasses?
While I personally don't think games used to be better, I'm gonna argue in that favor, so at least we can have a decent discussion here. But I personally don't believe that. But I can see why someone would think that, because they had more memorable experience with the Marios and the Sonics and the things like that, because that was the first time you ever really saw that revolutionary step of a platformer game, or that's when genres were coming to life. Whereas now we have so many established genres that it doesn't really feel like new genres are coming out much.
Yep.
What do you have to say about that?
It's kind of fair. However, I think a big part of that is actually that genres don't need to exist so much anymore. So back then, like, you really need to market your game because games weren't established.
Right.
Especially like early NES is kind of where I'm thinking, but it was true for a while. A while later, you really had to market it based on the genre, and you're trying to get people who are into those genres, and it was all very segmented like that.
Right.
If you look at games nowadays, every game has RPG mechanics.
Every game does have RPG mechanics, and you even see a lot of open world games, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
They're not really classified as open world games anymore, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
look-
you don't really think about it.
Yeah,
I
look
guess.
at walking simulators too. There's like the new point and click, but like they incorporate stuff from a whole bunch of genres and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So we're seeing way more of these genre meshed games, and it's getting more and more difficult. That's why it's one reason why I'm super interested in Ukulele, because they're very focused on 3D platforming.
Collectathon.
Or are they
Go
actually?
hard.
Yeah, are they actually going to do full collectathon, or are they going to bring in things from other genres?
I feel as though it's going to go back to the roots. That's probably the approach they want to take with it. I don't know if it's necessarily the right approach, but I feel like that's the approach they're going to take with it. Maybe not.
Yeah. So anyways, back on point, is that because the genres are so meshed and everything now, it's basically a lot more difficult for the player to actually see the good design there. I think a lot of the times that people say like we're past the golden age of video games, they look back at old games where like the good design was kind of much more in your face. Think the
Right.
first level of Mario where it's like, oh, jump on the Goomba,
It teaches you how to
Goomba,
jump,
on
yeah.
the block, and like that's very in your face. Whereas tutorials today suck, but there's a lot of really good design decisions and stuff just to make the feel of the game feel really nice and natural.
Yeah.
And kind of like, you know, we're very aware nowadays of what like natural gamer biases are.
And to that point, I do have to come on your side of things, because I do get a little ticked off when people are like, man, game design was just so much better back then with like Mega Man, teach you how to run, shoot. It's like, yeah, but they're teaching you 3 mechanics. In new games, they're teaching you like 70 different mechanics. You can't do it, like, it's just not gonna be like that. Like,
Nope.
there has to be a little bit of the, hey, do this, do this. Like,
Yeah.
you can't have all
The
that
other
be
part of
natural.
that is most of those mechanics they teach you without you knowing they taught you.
So how would you explain this? What would be your example of this?
Trying to think of a good example.
I know, I put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink water while you do that.
Yes.
And try and talk to the camera. Okay, I'm talking right now. I'm talking and drink this water. Still talking. Still talking.
I'm gonna have a dead co-host.
Keep going.
So what example I'm gonna use is actually just pretty simple, teaching the player about like movement around the map. They just use like lighting tricks and stuff like that. You know, something that was actually almost straight up impossible back in the day, just to graphical fidelity. But like nowadays, it's say like if the players have T section, you want them to like go to the right, you put a light source on the right, and like players lean towards that. You know, that's super simple, but like it gets kind of more complicated when there's a light source kind of far away and the player's moving towards that light source. Or if the player has to go down below, like there's a light source from below, they get interested.
So it's primarily based on light sources. Is that just kind of one tool that?
That's just one tool. Like, there's a myriad of them. Extra credits. If you want to see a bunch of design tools, Game Maker's Toolkit, other great channel.
Some fantastic videos there. Yeah, that they outclass us by quite a bit.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. They teach design, we don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So, in closing, what do you say to those people? What's your little soundbite, your elevator pitch to those people? Putting you on the spot today, Kev.
You are.
I can't drink any more water. I swallowed so much air when I tried to do that. It's
like a terrible idea.
Oh, my chest is just like, why'd you do that, Nathan? Anyway, continue.
So my counter argument to them is that 2 of my favorite video games of all time have both come out in the last 5 years. Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3.